All right, we are about to get started for the bonus session. Make sure I have the right one pulled up, the right group. And I am going live, preparing for live stream. I'm here. Hello. Welcome. I think I paused recording. I just need to check and see if yes, I am actually recording. Well, hello, my name is Kathy Cross. I'm coming to you on the bonus session for the 5-day Cultural Legacy Builder Challenge. And today I wanted to give you just a taste of what it's like to be a participant in the workshop. I had my first client online doing the workshops was last May. Started doing these workshops last May. And her name is Yolanda, and I wanted to share part of the takeaways that I shared with her so that you can see for yourself just how telling it was, just how she benefited from it, as well as what some of the content was like. And as I went going back over the workshops that I've done in the past, I saw that at the beginning, I did a lot about the creative portion on the foundation piece. So in the workshop, I unpeel the onion, so to speak, on foundation, and we get all the way down to the root. In the beginning, we get really deep, and we even expose some of the parts about ourselves that are not incongruent with who we want to be, and we speak those affirmations to bring out what was to what is to what will be. And I want to give you just a taste of that, as well as in the investment portion. There's two sections I want to show you, two episodes, so to speak, that I want to show you. And I will just, before I start doing that, I just wanted to recap for those of you who maybe are just joining today for the first time and you haven't seen the full 5 days. So day 1 was about foundation. Day 2 was about the walls or the framework. Day 3 was about the roof protection and those sort of vehicles that you need to protect. And then day 4 was about culture. We broke down culture. And then day 5, we put it all together. And backing up, I believe day 2, we talked about those walls being like legacy. And so each component of the legacy builder, I use the example of building a house. I used the foundation, the walls, the roof, and then we went inside and got a little deeper. So I'm hoping that you will appreciate what I'm sharing with you today. It will be part of the videos that you receive if you purchase the workshop. You'll be able to see the video in its entirety. And so I'll go ahead and get that queued up to share with you online. And I have my mic, and I believe the sound is coming through. Let me turn the volume up on the mic. I believe the sound is coming through. Let me do one step back. Yeah, it looks like the sound is coming through. I just wanted to make sure of that before I open it up. Okay, here we go. This is the first time I'm doing this where I'm sharing a screen on a challenge with the audio with no one to check it for me. So I'm looking at my screen. It looks like it's working. So let me get the screen all queued and ready. Let's see. I have 2 of them. Let's see, which one shall I show you first? Okay, that's 242, and that one's 247. I want to get a little further, 242. So I'll do the 242 first, and then I'll come back to you, and then I'll scroll forward for the other one, because the end is the part where Yolanda is sharing a little bit more, but I just want to give you a snippet. This is from day 1 of the workshop. So here we go. Let's see, share screen. Make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Let's see if I'm sharing the right screen. Okay, make this bigger. Okay, it looks like I'm sharing the whole screen. And here we go. So to cue this up, this is day 1 of the workshop. And we have explored all of day 1, most of day 1, and we're down to about the last 15 minutes of the workshop. So I'm not going to play the entire piece, but I'm going to play the piece where my first client, Yolanda, is expressing just what she's expressing. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Uh-oh. Where's the sound? Uh-oh, the sound is coming through. Let me pause it. The sound is coming through my headset. So let me do another test. Let me stop sharing. I thought I had this figured out. It jumped back to my ears. So let me just do a quick test, sound test. Okay, it's coming through there. So, okay, yes. And Yeti mic, yes. So why is it coming through my ears? Okay. So let's try that again. Here we go. Here we go. If this doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll cut a clip and I'll post it in the group because I really want you to get this. Let's see. Share screen. Oh, maybe I don't have the volume up. Okay, share screen. And pull that back up again. Share screen. Okay. Sound. I want the sound to come from the audio. How about sound? Okay. Play. It's an irritating person.
And then draw another line underneath it. And the bottom, but what will I do on the unsuccessful side and on the successful side? What will I do?
There's more than one way to
From your actions, that's change. It's going to change things. And I love what Barack said, love, because that's really what this is about. Even though we're talking about ownership and we're talking about mindsets, it all boils down to,
I'm not sure if this is
love.
working.
Do we love ourselves enough?
But you can see the captions below.
Enough?
I'm not sure if
Do we love our children's children enough to do the work, to take the action? Do we? And if we do, if the answer is yes, then that means
she's
split some
coming on
action.
sound. Let me
There's going to be some steps, but you need to lay out exactly what those things are. And once you lay them out, think, okay, what would a successful person do? Okay, does that mean you need to get more information, more education, more resources? What would a successful person do? And then what would an unsuccessful person do? Which may be nothing. Or
let me shorten the screen and see.
What would
I'm not sure if you're
unsuccessful
hearing
person
this, so I'm
do? And at the
gonna
bottom, what would I do? What would I do?
move this screen
What I
over,
did when I drove by and I said those things,
and
I
I'm
looked at the
going to go
sign in
back
the yard and noticed the sign was the same for the entire neighborhood. There were only 3 houses in this loop. 3 houses. 1, 2, yeah, 3 houses in this loop. Literally 3 constructed houses. The rest of it was empty lots. And so what I decided to do is call the number on the sign. Took action. I didn't have my whole plan laid out, but I took action because if you take action, God said, if you just put your foot in the Jordan, it'll open up. But what happens when you put your foot in the Jordan and then it doesn't? Well, you can always step your foot back, right? We talked about you can always turn around. But unless you take that action and move forward, you won't discover what's there for you. And so I made that call the broker, and I asked her about the property, and she says, oh yeah, so the seller is selling all of these lots on a real estate contract. That's the only way he wants to sell them. And it turns out the seller was an older gentleman who, much like my father, had a journal. And he had everyone in the journal. He must have been maybe 80 some odd years old. He had everybody in the journal buy the lot, how much they put down as a down payment, and how much they owe. We kept everything on the ledger. And fortunately, because I'm licensed, I was able to purchase the land with no money down. Can't remember putting down a down payment. My down payment was my commission. So I used my commission as a down payment. And then I paid the monthly payment until we got our construction loan and paid him off. But it never would have started had I not been driving around, had I not seen this opportunity. So that's a note. Look around. What is it that you're declaring around you that you want to acquire? What's that new territory? Look around and speak it out. And if you hear yourself in your head, if you think in those thoughts, combat those thoughts and question them. Do they line up with the word of God? Are they true? Are they noble? Are they honorable? Are they pure? Are they? Are they? And if they're not, then ask. Well, why not? Why not? I want that for you. I do. And I think, and I know, and I believe you will have just what it is God has for you, which is always abundance. God is not a God of lack. God does not show himself slowful. He takes action and he moves. And we are created in his image. So we are going to move too. I love that. I love that. You are kind, you are smart, you are important. Thinking about that little girl as she's putting her on the toilets and she's using the toilet in the front yard of her mother's house. For those of you who haven't seen the help, it's just beautiful. So take those strategies and incorporate them for yourself. I'm going to take the last 10 minutes and see if there are any questions regarding ownership, mindset, purchasing that first property, that next property, because I want to be able to give you value, just what you want and need. And if there's something missing, I'm more than happy to add it on the next workshop. So are there any questions or comments? Questions or comments? I love stories too. Love stories too. All right. I don't see any. Don't see any. Yolanda, did you have any questions or things that you would like addressed that maybe were not?
No, I didn't. I was actually trying to find the button just to put a message, but no, it's been really, really good, really important, and it's just making me really, really think. If you look on Facebook, I post something. I post I think this is my little affirmation.
Good.
Something you said, and I put it on Facebook, and I said at the end of it, I said, "March on, let's march on," you know. Because it's something you just need like-minded people. That's the point. You need like-minded people to encourage you to, and it helps you to know, no, you're not thinking too big, or you're not thinking crazy, pretty much, because for what I want to do, people would think, oh, you're just crazy, you're too old, whatever. But like you said, it can just happen if you believe it. You say it, and like you were going around to that, you were dreaming.
Yeah.
You going around to that corner, and you just never know. Just like you said about God, there's some things He has it for us, but you have to open your mouth and say it. Because for me, and now to say it, for me to want to buy 17 properties, that is not big for Him.
No.
It's not big for Him, because the beautiful thing about it is He could let me find one property that has 6 homes on it. I mean, it just to hear you talk, just to hear you say the affirmations and you believe it, it's just so much that God could do.
Oh, yeah.
All we have to do is really be ready. We have to be ready, do the work. I think that's what the one other lady, there is work, and you have to know there's work. And because I was texting Taranda, I said, Taranda, ask her about the house. It said, because, it's just really something. You just have to have the point is, you gotta have like-minded people who's saying the same thing, who's believing the same thing, and you just have to disregard folks who are not there yet. They're not there. You don't have to, badmouth them or nothing. You just have to disregard. Okay, well, you're not there yet, but this is something I want to do. So I just can't include you in the conversation. I'm sorry, because you're not there yet. That's all that is. So
Right,
anyway, I
right.
was trying to find the message to say that how to write a message. But anyway, so it was a good, really great. And I'm excited. I am so excited. I'm just like, it's like it's like, oh man, I'm gonna win this contest. That's what it feels. I'm gonna win this thing. Because I've won contests in my life, and I can feel, oh, I'm gonna finish.
Right.
And I can feel this, man. Oh my God. And I text my granddaughter moving to Texas next year. And I just text her and I said, "Trent, okay, we're gonna buy a house in Texas for her." When she go, why let her rent? Let's buy a house in Texas where she can go, let her pay the rent, and be unbeknownst to her, that'll be her house.
That's true.
So it's just a beautiful
See, those
thing.
ideas are coming up. Those
Yes,
ideas are
how
coming
they
up.
can be birthed just through the right connection. It just can be birthed right in your mind. Because I'm thinking I got a grandson here in Arizona who living somewhere else, and he paying somebody else around. I'm like, come on now, we can with all this creativity, creative financing, and with what everybody expecting what's going to happen the next 6 months or whatever, we could take full advantage of it and have our dreams to come true.
Amen.
So he said, we're the head, we're not the tail.
Right.
We have to think, because again, what you have done is you have ripped up the is it the conservative way or the just
Traditional.
right? You have just ripped it to pieces because that's the only way I was thinking. Oh man, I'm gonna do this, all this down payment, and I'm like, oh wait, all I have to do is walk up to somebody and say, look, you want me to help you save your credit?
Yes, yes, yes. And we're gonna. Yes.
So this is your baby, Kathy. And I appreciate it. I appreciate being part of this birth process. I'm one of them nurses in that room, and I'm just like, man, this baby's gonna come out, and this baby's gonna be something else, boy.
Yes, yes.
I appreciate it. I do. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Great, great. I'm glad for you. I'm excited for what this is birthing in each and every one of you. And in the next workshop, we're going to hear about some of those specific strategies. I mean, you may have heard, I don't know if you've heard of, it's called BRRR. The BRRR strategy is buy, rehab, rinse, and repeat. So we're going to hear about those strategies. You're going to hear about the acronyms that are used in commercial real estate as well as residential real estate. So I'm excited to bring that next workshop to you as well, because I'll have a commercial investor, a commercial broker come on. And Taronda, if you want to come back for the next one, you'll hear a little bit more on that. But I think it's important for us to just expand our knowledge and know more, and to dream. To dream that is possible, and don't limit yourself by that negative self-talk, because we all have it. I mean, we all have those thoughts that we think that are not positive, but the God I serve, and hopefully the God you serve, doesn't want, he thinks higher of us, right? And he thinks of us having hope and a future. So when we have a future, we're having a future not just for us, but for those generations to come. So I'm excited to see what's in store for each and every one of you. And I have 5 minutes left. I want to make sure I honor everybody's time with the schedule. So I'll just ask the question for the next workshop, which is next Saturday. Would you like me to move the time up to be earlier in the day or leave it 12 to 3?
Okay,
So
I'm gonna stop sharing.
kind of a general question.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen now. If I can see how to get in here. Stop sharing the screen. Okay, let me pause that. Is it still going in my ear? Let me shrink that.
What specific question?
And move this to the right. Okay. Now, wasn't that good? Oh my gosh. Yolanda for those of you who don't know, Yolanda passed away last year. And before she passed away, she had big dreams, big ideas. And I have no doubt that they are living beyond in her children and in her children's children. And so I will do my part to see if I can reach out to Taronda, who was on the call, who was on the particular workshop one that she did. There was a couple of parts where she expressed her excitement. This was in workshop one, but we actually had 3 workshops. I did one for each section, which was the foundation ownership, which was the walls, the investment, and had to do with the roof, the legacy piece for that generational wealth, the leaving an inheritance for your children's children. And so today was just a bonus day to give you just a peek of the workshop that is to come next weekend, Friday and Saturday. I'm doing a 90-minute, 2-day workshop. And the VIP was postponed till Monday. So Monday and Tuesday, VIP session. And these videos, these recordings stay up until tomorrow at midnight. And I believe I'll get a chance to do some more prizes because there's still 2 major prizes I want to give away. I want to give away another VIP and I want to give away the actual workshop for those who have been actively engaged and participating in the challenge. So go live, do some videos, share your biggest takeaway, share what you're seeking to get out of this particular challenge, and let's do it together. So I'm excited to see what you are developing, what you are building, and what you are going to generate for future generations. And that's what it's all about. So I'll collect the names that I have thus far, put them in a wheel, and I'll come back on before tomorrow and just do the prize wheel. So no advance notice. I'll just come live and share that with you. So excited. Enjoy your Saturday. It's been a pleasure serving you. And I look forward to seeing those of you in the VIP and those of you in the workshop next week. Have a great weekend. Love you. Bye. Or should I say bye for now?